Kogi Igarashi says, "Fuck you, Konami."
Ba-da-da.
Yep, I get to make my own Castlevania without Castlevania. I mean, hell, I got a successful Kickstarter and everything, and it spawned this, Bloodstained, Curse of the Moon.
He says to Kaiji Inafune, let me try one better.
In a matter of speaking, yes. Which is a funny coincidence, because Curse of the Moon, I believe, was made off of the Mighty Gunvolt Burst engine, which is a really good engine for the sake of making sprite-based games.
And so, but this is not a Mega Man game. What is this one inspired? What is this whole big renovation inspired by?
What do you think?
I'm trying. It's for the sake of the audience.
Well, for the sake of Ritual of the Night, the actual Bloodstained game, that's going to be based more on like Castlevania Symphony of the Night. For Curse of the Moon, they went back a ways with Castlevania 3.
Nice. Also, why are we doing casual? Thank you.
I'm not doing casual. I was just showing off the description for those that were curious.
Which, if you guys have actually seen the Castlevania Netflix show, is what it's based off of. Castlevania 3.
Right. Alright, so anyway, here's this game's engaging plot. There was once a man who had been given the moon's curse by demons. That man was David, Zangetsu. Wrapped in crimson garb with eyes like fire, he relentlessly pursued the demons who cursed him. As he journeyed from one pit to darkness to another, he would stop at nothing until he struck down every last demon in his path.
Whoever got the Bankai reference, you get a cookie.
I don't know what that is, so I'll stick to a cookie-free diet. Anyway, one night, he sensed the looming presence of a great demon. A really great demon, so much so that it was clouding his judgment. He swore to eradicate all demons, no matter how much of a threat they posed. But wait, he's also a demon, so shouldn't that mean he... Well, I digress. Bathed in moonlight, he cried out as he drew his sword, which consumed the darkness from within its wretched steel. On that night, either the demons or the moon itself would feel the wrath of his blade.
What is a man?
Yeah, let's just get the rest.
Okay. Also, welcome to not this is clearly Castlevania.
Yeah.
Seriously.
But yeah, this was a game that we did not know about. This game came as a surprise to people, didn't it?
To an extent, because what happened with the with the Bloodstained Kickstarter is that one of the stretch goals was basically a small prologue game that would be for like portables, I think, or
so
consoles.
This is officially tied to the.
By the way,
yes.
There's the Belmont Strut. We have the Zangetsu Waltz.
Right.
I was gonna call it the Zangetsu Hobble, but oh geez. But yeah, no. Looking at this, the lanterns, yeah, I haven't seen it. Does that actually the movement and the way you slash your sword reminds me of freaking Messenger.
I mean, honestly, in a way, it also reminds me of, well, coincidentally, the game that inspired Messenger, Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah, no,
oh jeez.
Well, Messenger is basically the new age Ninja Gaiden. This is basically the new age Castlevania, and Mega Man is the new age Mega Man.
In a matter of
as
speaking,
it should
yes.
be. Also,
but at the same, well, granted on that, I still think Magical versus Great Game. That's like the one thing that actually redeemed Mighty Number 9's whole legacy. But whatever. But I digress.
How do you get rid of a rat infestation? Throw a devil and black hole at it.
Yeah.
No.
Also,
they really pulled no strings when it.
My friend Mega Man showed me how.
Yeah, this game really doesn't pull any strings when it comes to the inspiration. This is clearly Castlevania 3. If the gameplay structure was completely balanced.
Well, I'm also looking at the graphics and even the movement. This was straight up Castlevania Stage 1.
You can be this guy. You can be this guy.
All they're really doing is
Matt
giving
said,
a tutorial of how the weapon system works.
And I was gonna say, I had no idea who Matt said because he stopped himself before he actually said the name. I was like,
Logan. Yeah, I was going to say Logan.
Thank you. I was like,
To be fair, we were already talking about this pre-recording, but whatever the case.
Well, so, I know. Oh, whoa. Hello, Whip.
Hello, not Vampire Killer that can only be aimed diagonally.
Not Vampire Killer! I'm sorry, okay, I am sorry, I'm very sick of people going, it's the Vampire Killer. No, Vampire Killer is the Whip. The chain is the Morning Star. Get it right!
Morning Star, thank you. So, James...
Tomato, tomato, but anyway.
Yes, go ahead.
So, yeah, the whole thing about this game is that it was born from a Kickstarter stretch goal. And, well, basically, Kogi and his pals were able to get the help of good old Inti Creates to make this side game, and, Honestly, like, we don't know how the actual game's gonna be like, but I will say they chose very wisely because this is a really damn good game.
Yeah.
Also, just back
Also-
there, whoever they
Whoa.
contracted to install their light fixtures, they really need to get a refund because those things fell real easily.
Yeah, no, actually, I would say whoever put these light fixtures in deserves a raise. How the heck did he make that lamp float up there?
Ha! On a moving train, mind you.
Yeah.
It's a demon lantern. That's why Zangetsu keeps on destroying them.
be
They're demon
purged.
lanterns. He thinks
Oh.
they're just fulfilling his quota.
So this is actual, like, a canon game. This
Yeah.
is referencing the plot of the actual...
Actually, this is actually a non-canon game. The original
What?
idea was that it was supposed to be a prologue to Bloodstained, but I guess somewhere around development they realized it probably wasn't a good idea. So that this is technically considered an alternate retelling of what the Bloodstained game will be like.
Huh, okay. I mean, it
Okay,
makes sense.
And it
'cause-
definitely shows if you.
Am I the only one that thinks it's really
444.
weird that hearts actually do refill your health?
It does. Also, I noticed
boy.
that there. That's a cute nod. It said the number 4 times in Japan. In Japanese, the number 4 also means death. I think I've said that a lot.
Really
Also,
trying to shoehorn the point.
it's
The
a
point
demon train.
yeah, that we're literally fighting fucking demons.
No.
Spawn.
Fight!
Straight up ghoulies.
I am a demon train. Excuse me, as I make sure you don't suplex me.
Also, but this demon has no big busts. I am completely now uninvested in this story.
Ha!
A big
No, but this is actually cool how it's moving platforming around. And
like,
go.
this is honestly, it's pretty clear that they're taking their inspiration from the NES games, but there is no way in hell the NES could pull off shit like this without there being a whole bunch of sprite flicker.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, you think this is ridiculous? Wait till we get to some of the later bosses.
Boy, so ouch. But yeah, no, and I'll just say to his defense, Matt, I think I see why, because otherwise it'd have the same issue of why they didn't want to name Sonic Heroes Sonic Adventure 3, because once you immediately make it seem like their big game is supposed to be a sequel to this, people may not buy it because they think they'd have to play this in order to get it as well.
And on top of that, if you actually seen the Kickstarter demo of Bloodstained, it actually does have like story plot points that honestly conflict with the overall events of this game. So for all it's worth, this is completely non-canon. But,
Nice.
I mean, hey, for being a non-canon game, it's still
Oh crap!
really damn
Oh
good.
crap! That just
And
ticked it off.
Say if Bloodstained does fail, then at least we still have this to look back
Is
on.
that? Oh!
Yeah, every boss in this game has a desperation attack.
Okay,
and
now it's
thankfully
dead. Okay.
you won't get killed by it, but if you manage to completely avoid it, you gain an extra life.
Okay, wow. Duly noted. Do not mess with these bosses.
And now we're introduced to the main gimmick of Curse of the Moon. You get buddies!
Buddies.
Or if you kill the buddies, you get their weapons.
Wait,
Which I'm not
wait,
going to be doing for this playthrough because I'm not a monster.
Yeah.
Wait, you could just slash this person right now?
This is the girl.
Yes.
Thank you for saving me. Was it the demon's power you
God
used to
damn it.
heal that beast?
What was I supposed to do?
You're a shardbinder. That power can summon forth demons at will. Cannot allow that.
Oh yeah,
that was
he's
Matt's
being
character.
voiced by David Hayter, isn't he?
Oh, really?
Hence my original joke of David.
Is it
That's
true
cool.
that I'm a shardbinder, however? I've sworn to be ever righteous in my command of this power. I refuse to be used for evil.
Then show me the proof of that determination in battle.
Monty
or else I'll
Python
take
would
your head.
hire you and be proud.
So yay, we've actually recruited the main character of the actual game.
Hooray!
And let me just say this right now. She completely overshadows Zangetsu in terms of her own abilities.
Yeah, no joke. Like all the other members of Zangetsu's troupe. Yeah, they are better than Zangetsu himself.
Yeah, which I mean, granted, they do have workarounds. They do have their reasonings for doing so, mainly because, like Matt said earlier, you don't even have to recruit them. You could either just walk away and just leave them just to, regain their breath, or in the worst case scenario, you can kill them and take their souls, and increase some Zangetsu's own abilities, which probably leads to the worst ending. But at the same time, you get a superpowered Zangetsu, so.
So I can
cool,
see
all
that.
things considered.
So how do... So,
Like, it should really stand as a testament to how much replayability there is in this game, especially for, again, that's only like, what, $10?
So I'm sorry, I was being distracted by your illustrious voice. So we actually have multiple characters we can play as, not just. I thought these were just going to be like assist
Castlevania
characters,
3.
like in Marvel vs. Capcom.
Castlevania 3.
Again, Castlevania 3.
I forgot that you had multiple characters in Castlevania 3. I thought it was just Simon the whole time.
No. And in fact, it wasn't even Simon! It's Trevor!
Trevor. Simon was the first one and second one.
Some Castlevania fan you
To
are.
be
so
fair,
yeah.
to be fair, Trevor actually came first in the timeline, so...
I know.
I thought Leon came first.
Okay,
I thought it was
I'm talking
Chris.
about of the original NES trilogy.
Oh jeez. Oh, see, I thought it was Chris Belmont who was the first one.
No, the very first one is Leon. He is the very first. In
Okay.
fact, the Castlevania TV show actually does make reference to him.
Which I
Okay.
did. I did love that callback. But anyway.
So where in the timeline
Oh,
does Cornelius Belmont fit in?
Oh,
I was making a
Cornelius
joke.
Belmont. He was the fifth ancestor. He was the ancestor. He was the ancestor to Leon, who ran a backgammon tavern before they decided to actually run ways and get. I'm making this up, by the way. I'm gonna just stop talking.
And he had a pet
what
parrot,
is-
which he
what's
used
with
as
the
the
weapon?
whip.
James, what's with the weapon thing in the right? Is that just like our heart
I
counter?
feel like I should understand your jokes, but I don't.
I don't. My jokes are bad. That's the secret.
Not you!
Well, my
I'm
joke
always
is I'm
lame.
just making stuff up for the sake of
Oh.
covering up the fact that there's so many Devil Named Belmonts.
There is a lot of them. Anyway, James, what is James? Is that weapon counter on the upper right just our heart counter from Castlevania?
yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Instead of using hearts, though, you fill them up with magic orbs
Yep.
or orbs, or however you pronounce, whatever you call them.
Rats.
They're jars.
Got a dagger. Is the dagger any good in this game, or does it still suck?
All things considered, though, this is also another thing I do like about Curse of the Moon compared to... Well, actually, I guess Castlevania 3 did this as well. Every character has their own unique sub-weapons, with the exception of one other character who we'll meet up with later.
But yeah, just
But, like... Go ahead.
just kid me not. I mean, just be honest. Tell me, just out of curiosity. Just out of curiosity
Don't want
alone,
that.
tell me you wouldn't play a game as a Belmont who uses a ferret as a weapon.
Well, we almost had something like that. It was called Sophia or Marie. Sorry, Marie.
Why do I get the feeling that would be a thing in a Kid Dracula sequel?
Could see that, and I mean, Marie had animals.
I mean, Kid Dracula is going to be in Smash.
Which still shocks the hell out of me.
those enemies look weird.
Beat me, Seymour!
It's a chick.
They do look weird. It's like they're being used in the actual game and don't quite fit in the 8-bit space.
It is a chick inside a man-eating plant
Why was there a door back there?
because there are multiple paths.
Yeah. Among other things that give this game its replayability, there's multiple pathways, most of which are easily accessible with the right character. Like Miriam, for example, she has a higher jump than Sangetsu, so she can pretty much make those higher platforms.
Now, in terms of
Can
like,
we just call her Miriam Belmont, please?
Fine.
Well, you
Hey,
can.
Brian.
I'm just gonna stick to Miriam because it's shorter and sweeter.
True. Sorry, go ahead, Hype.
and I'm just gonna call her Lady. Anyway, just in terms of like health, do they also have like the differences from the not Belmont? Like, does she have like less health to make up for her mobility and whatnot?
Yes.
Yep.
Every
I see the
every
meter
character
there.
has their different health levels, and honestly, the other thing
Boomerang?
is, well, obviously they don't.
Knew it!
Boomerang.
Yeah, it's the boomerang. At the very least, it's a scythe as opposed to a cross.
Yeah, which actually looks cooler. Oh,
Hey!
Pretty much just
Spectre Knight would be proud.
Eliminates the archers.
Ooh.
Whoa!
But yeah,
CJ.
this is pretty much the key thing about Curse of the Moon. Using every character's strengths and trying to counterbalance the weaknesses by using their other strengths and just
Oh.
walloping the
Giant
shit out of
axe.
them.
It's too heavy to throw. Slide. Aha.
If I were Zangetsu, I would have been SOL there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Unfortunately,
okay.
Which is another thing because. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, but
In fact,
you're Lady,
honestly,
and
I'm just gonna go ahead. In fact, I'm just gonna go ahead and stay silent for the rest of the commentary because you guys seem to have it under control.
No.
No.
Okay. There's a lot that's going on. I apologize.
But no,
Hype,
seriously, go ahead.
all I was gonna say was make a joke about how like I imagine I don't see like a full view of what she actually looks like, but I'm gonna say just for the sake of video games, she's probably wearing an outfit that is entirely inappropriate for this very clearly ice-driven area.
You have a very right assumption.
Oh, James, what are we fighting now?
Gamera.
Oh my gosh, you're right. Oh,
Mecha Gamera.
okay. I guess that could exist. What happens if, say, Miriam here takes a lot of damage?
We're fighting Gamera mixed with Shadow Yosuke.
Yes, hang on, Matt. What happens if Miriam takes a lot of damage here and we quickly swap back to Zangetsu?
I mean...
Does he keep his health?
Zangetsu still has his health, yeah. Miriam's still shit out of luck, though, because she lost so much health. And that's another thing. If one character dies, you technically don't lose a life. You just restarted a checkpoint with the other character with their health intact.
Can you...
So,
you only lose a life if both characters die.
If all characters die, yeah.
Yeah.
And do characters come back in between levels?
They can, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Everyone's health is restored if you beat the level.
Unless you kill them.
Of course. Yeah, sorry, that posting's not gonna do much because I already got rid of all your bubbles.
Nice.
And this element is a little tricky to dodge.
Oh, desperation attack.
Hey!
So
yeah, that just
we
happened.
dodged it? I think
No,
we
we
jump,
didn't.
maybe.
But like I said, desperation attacks don't kill you, which also makes me wonder what's even the point.
They probably kill you if you had a low enough health.
And so for our troubles, we've saved the old man. I can't breathe again!
That I would be defeated by a demon. I have been thoroughly humiliated. I am Alfred, Master Wayne.
Yeah, I knew you'd make that joke! I fucking knew it!
Alchemist, you use your demons to fulfill your worldly desires.
My name is Alfred, I just told you. Don't call me Alchemist. But every achievement requires a fair exchange. Using demons...
so he's a demon user.
Kind of, yeah.
My power may be of use to you.
Your existence is unsettling to me, but your skills are not without value. I'll leave your head where it is for now.
Zangetsu, you use a sword powered by demons. I don't think you should be the one to talk.
Well, he's already cursed by demons, so he doesn't give a fuck.
But Alfred's our friend!
And may I just say, Alfred in the actual game, from what I've seen, is a complete dickwad.
Oh, probably.
And honestly, he deserves what's coming to him whenever it happens.
Buster!
And also, Alfred is probably he is the biggest glass cannon you will ever find.
He's the Sypha Belnades of this game.
Yeah.
He's most proficient in magic, but as far as like regular offensive capabilities, he's worth jack and beans.
Yeah, but his magic, holy shit.
It's really good, and I'll definitely showcase why it's that good in the next part. So, till next time, guys.
Bye. Bye.